Hey everyone, welcome to our video series, Canal Days, and thanks for joining us for today's episode of the St. Therese of the Infant Jesus Church in Agawam, Massachusetts. I am your host, Carrie, here with my co-host, local historian, and founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Camus. As your personal tour guide, Robert will lead you through some of the most iconic sites and their legends of historic significance throughout New England's preeminent and pivotal state of Massachusetts. With his expert insights, every monument and memorial story comes to life. Afterwards, don't forget to check out his website, holyokecanaltour.org, to access the full Canal Days video and podcast series. Also, check out his free in-person public tours he offers throughout Western Mass and the 2025 schedule for these special events. You can also book personalized private tours for groups of all sizes, tailored to your interests. To discover all that and much more, remember to log on to holyokecanaltour.org. And so, Robert, what year was this church originally created?
Yes, well, if we just talk about this church that we see here, the St. Theresa's Church, it's from 1927, so it's 98 years old. But it had a predecessor church, and that one's called the St. William's Church, and it's very close by on this street, and that one's from 1878. So, there's a longer history than you might know on this church does. This is a replacement church, and it was for French Canadians in the North Agawam neighborhood, of which there are many because it was a mill village on both sides of the Westfield River. And so we're going to try to figure out what this wonderful place was like. Now, one wonderful thing is that the architect for this is one of the most famous architects in Western Massachusetts, John Donahue, who did a lot of churches for the Catholic denomination. He was actually considered the official architect of the Springfield Diocese. Across the street, of course, we see the church. It has a nice red look to the roof, but you can see it's a neo-Gothic look to its fenestration. It has a nice landscape around it, and it's on Bridge Street, which had three Catholic churches on it, one replacement for the other, but there was two independent ones, one for Italians and one for people from Quebec. And it's maintained the same look for 98 years, so its steeple is still the same, which is wonderful. That's usually the first thing to go. Okay. Okay, and what is it nowadays? It's the Moldovan Baptist Church by Serika Baptista Moldovarenska. Alright, so it's no longer a Catholic church, but it still has a Catholic church look to it. Now remember, it was made by John Donahue, and you don't see the model brick look, but you still see very cream, light looking brick, and that was his signature look. And right next to it is the former rectory at 74 Bridge Street, and it looks very similar to the church. Okay, and they're probably still related. Their landscapes are touching each other. Alright, so remember, check out the web page for all these churches. This one will have its own. It's at the corner of Bridge and High Street. And I'll give you a better view from across the street. Okay. And it has one insignia up there. It looks like an anchor. And then two to its side. Very hard to read from this distance. But it has a very unique looking steeple, very thin. Okay, thank you very much.